All right, welcome back to the Dish and Swish podcast. I'm Trevor Charles here with Amadeus Peterson, and another week, another day. A lot of good NBA.
A lot of good games this week. We got a lot to get into per usual.
Per usual. We could talk about it for hours, but we decided to keep it to about 30.
We'll keep it short. We don't want to rant on and on.
I do.
Oh, we do, but
they don't want to hear us rant on and on. But anyways, so what do we got to start us off? I guess some more sombering news.
Yeah, we obviously have the news about Kelly Oubre walking in downtown Philly, getting hit by oncoming vehicle, breaking 4 ribs, being ruled out the rest of the season, which is a big blow for the 76ers.
Yeah.
I think right now he was playing the best that he's ever played in his career.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the recovery like is for that. They said it wasn't any major significant thing besides the ribs, so maybe he'll make it back for the playoffs. Who knows? I don't know what his timeline is. They haven't really released that, but obviously the 76ers are 7-1.
Yeah.
So they're playing
best in the East.
Yeah, their best basketball and 16.3 points per game. Kelly Oubre is playing some of his best basketball, so that's definitely a big hit. But hopefully he recovers quick. You never want to hear stories like that.
No.
Especially if you're like, even if it's your least favorite player, you never want to hear things like that. So please don't hit NBA players when you're driving. Like let's not hit anyone. But
they were doing an investigation, I think, into it.
Let's see if it was like.
So we'll see. Maybe if it was intentional. Maybe they don't have a. Maybe they're not big Kelly Oubre fans out in Philly.
What?
No, I don't know.
He's led him to.
He's cooking.
Man, I don't know why you'd want to hit the guy. He cost you guys. I guess if you're like a Celtics fan or something.
I don't know if I've ever heard. I feel like it's not very common that NBA players are getting injured on the street. Like.
No, I don't.
This is kind of random. When I saw it, I was kind of like caught off guard. I was like had to do a double take, read it again.
I have no idea how that happened. Like when it said he was injured, I'm like, oh, he was in a car crash. Like I thought he crashed his car. No, someone just straight up hit this dude.
Yeah.
Weird, shady for sure. Yeah. But hopefully he recovers. We wish him well, and the 76ers, man. We'll get into them in a little bit, but let's recap the game of the week last week.
It was complete destruction by the Dallas Mavericks of the Los Angeles Clippers. Watching the game, I thought Luka was gonna get a 70 piece.
I really thought he was gonna get there.
I really thought he was gonna get a 70 piece. Fair. He had 42 at the 8-minute mark of the third.
Yeah.
And then they started sending the double, and then he checked out early because they were blowing him out. But Luka looked unstoppable.
Yeah, that was. I mean, the Mavs look really good this year, and we talked about it last week. But my gosh, they just keep proving us right. So
they're a surprise team because last year, like when Kyrie got there, they were 6th or 7th in the playoff race, and then they didn't even make it into the play-in.
Yeah, they tanked
and
on purpose. Got a fine, but
they did get fined. Yeah.
Hey, got to do what you got to do, and now they look good. So
they do.
We'll see. For the Clippers, nothing really notable. We usually print out like a box score so we can kind of talk about the box score. I didn't even do that this time because there was nothing to read there. Like Kawhi 26, great. Westbrook 5 for 11. He had like 14. Paul George 8.
James Harden also 14. So it seems like there's some growing pains in LA with the Clippers.
Nothing notable there. I don't want to even.
They're 0-3 since James Harden's gotten there.
Good. Did you see the Mavs reporter just go off on James Harden? He's like a Mavs sideline, or maybe he's the play-by-play analyst. But my gosh, he just went on it was going viral. It's going around social media. He went on like a 2-minute rant on national, or maybe it wasn't national television, but it was on television.
Yeah.
Just about how James Harden is the cancer and how, there's always these guys. He's like, how there's these roommates that always complain? You are that roommate. Maybe you should look in the mirror. I'm like, whoa, this guy went in on it.
I think James Harden today or yesterday came out and said, give me a 10-game window to adjust.
No.
After starting 0-3, I think he wants a little slack from the media.
From the media and the fans?
Yeah. So
play better.
So yeah, the Clippers. We'll see.
What?
We'll see. We'll come back in 10 games. We'll see
if
how
he's
they're
not
doing.
better in 10 games.
Yeah, we'll let him know.
Oh, I will let him know.
Mark your calendar.
Yeah, so nothing, too crazy in that game besides the Mavs just rolling, and us not even wanting to print the box score out because it was so abysmal from the Clippers. But upcoming game of the week.
Yeah,
another in-season tournament game.
Yeah, we got the 76ers versus the Hawks. What are we looking for in this game?
Yeah, no, I mean, two good teams. Obviously, we talked about the Sixers being one of the best in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like they're going to, if they continue at this rate, finish 1 or 2 in the East. And then the Hawks, who are trying to kind of make a resurgence under the Quinn Snyder era.
Yeah.
Last year, they kind of had a disappointing end. But, it'll be interesting to see how those two play out. They're still trying to figure out the Trae Young, DeJounte Murray combo. A little bit of stats for you here. The Hawks, two best players, like I said, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, averaging 24.4 points a game for Trae Young and 10 assists per game, solid. And DeJounte Murray, 21.9 points per game. So, they're still trying to figure it out. Their rotations, they look like they're trying to find a third piece. After looking at, like, their stats for the whole year and their shooting percentages, like, they don't really have, is it going to be Jalen Johnson? Is it going to be DeAndre Hunter? They're still trying to find who that third piece is going to be. So it'll be interesting to see there. As far as the 76ers go, we kind of talked about them. Joel Embiid is putting on another MVP year. So through 8 or 9 games, 31.9 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game.
Yeah.
That's legit. And then your boy.
Yeah. Tyrese Maxey putting up 26 a game. And then I guess, did you see Joel Embiid come out and say that, like, no one on this team has an ego?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely shot at James Harden.
Yeah.
And I respect it, man. After Harden's comments that we talked about, how he was like, I am the system. Bro, come on. Like, yeah, I think it had to be said. Just throw a little shade. I'm never against, when Harden calls someone out like that, I'm fine with you firing back at him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did see that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, but it seems like Joel Embiid loves Tyrese Maxey, and it kind of seems like they're gonna be.
I would love Tyrese Maxey too. He's shooting 48% from the field and 40% from 3.
Hey, that's nice. I mean, as a big, being able to get catches on the post, they're gonna send the double, and to have someone like Tyrese Maxey to kick it too, that's a good feeling.
This dude's well on his way to becoming an all-star. This year or next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would love playing with him too. He's a freaking reincarnation of better than James Harden, was at this current stage for sure.
Yeah.
So, I know Embiid's not hitting.
What is he in his 4th, 5th year?
Yeah, it's 4th, maybe.
4th, I think. Yeah.
He's pretty young.
Yeah.
Most improved?
I still have it locked in.
You're still locked in.
I still have it locked in. Most improved player, Tyrese Maxey.
You've been hounding that.
I know. Hopefully he doesn't do me wrong. Hopefully he keeps this up for the 82 games.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Before we get into our random news, Distant Twist draft, we're kind of flying through this today, but I wanted to talk about a little team spotlight.
Yeah.
A team that has been, we kind of talk about winners and losers every week, but a team that we've kind of talked about a little bit, but the T-Wolves are just really playing good basketball. Did you see them versus the Celtics?
Yeah. I mean, they are a defensive juggernaut. They have like probably three players on that team that could make all NBA defensive team.
Yeah. This dude, Ant, is like a stone cold killer. And like when I say this, I mean like if you watch the Celtics game, this dude single-handedly, not only on offense put them out, on defense put them out.
Because Jaden McDaniels was guarding Jason Tatum, and Jaden McDaniels might be the best perimeter defender in the NBA.
Yeah.
And they're sending screens to get the switch so that Anthony Edwards guards Jason Tatum.
Why would you? I don't know. That's not a.
In Anthony Edwards' words, he's like, I can play defense too. And he was able to get some big stops on Jason Tatum, which was impressive.
And then go down and just dagger. That dude is legit. Like we've talked about it in the past, but this dude is just gonna be. There was that reporter who said that he was the reincarnation, closest thing to MJ. But that that's a stretch. Yeah. He's the next MJ. But like as far as both sides of the basketball go, like defense and offense, this dude is legit. I mean, we've talked about Ant, but he is just a straight up beast. And all those things coming into the league where they were talking about his draft stock and how they didn't think his mind was competitive because he kind of had this nonchalant attitude.
Yeah.
I think you watch any of these overtime games and these games where he's just clamping dudes.
Yeah.
Bro, what? This dude is competitive. He's out there clapping. He's smiling after he gets big stops. This dude is a dog.
He is.
A Georgia Bulldog, but he is a dog.
He is.
So, man, and then what about Gobert? Gobert's kind of resurged too.
He had there's no way around. He had a terrible season last year.
Yeah.
And so
made it look like one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Yeah. Made me feel a lot better as a Jazz fan, you know.
But not now.
But right now he's playing better than ever. And yeah, so you have that defensive monster in Ant Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert. Like, I think they're leading the league. I think they're putting up they're letting teams have like about 100 points a game. That's how many points they're allowing in a game, which is ridiculous. Yeah, no,
those three together are just locking up opposing teams, and it's I enjoy watching Gobert because I don't think, unless as a Jazz fan obviously, but people didn't fully realize his impact on the game, and now that the T-Wolves have him and the fans kind of see that, it's good to see him being appreciated because, man, he just impacts the game whether he has 4 or 5 blocks in a game or not.
Mm-hmm.
He could have one or no blocks in a game and still impact the game because he's such a big rim protector that teams don't want to go in there. So it's fun to watch. Me and you've been watching him for a while, and I as a Jazz fan, obviously it sucks to see because the draft picks don't look as good, but I mean, I'm happy for the guy because after last year it looked rough.
It did. I don't know why, but it seems like lots of the Team USA players had a slow start to the season, but like in these last few games have kind of been coming back.
Yeah. I mean, when we look at the team as a whole, Brandon Ingram, Anthony Edwards, Austin Reeves has been looking a little rough though.
Yeah,
recently.
But these last couple games he started to play better.
Yeah, I mean they got a good squad. The Lakers, Austin Reeves is a good player, but I mean, yeah, the players are finally showing up. Anthony Edwards has just been amazing. He's been good all year. So there's nothing to say. He's going to be, we've talked about it when we talk about our young players. We think he's the best player under 24, 25, him and Luka.
Yeah.
And I think there's no doubt about that. So the T-Wolves, man, they may push for a playoff spot. I'm going to say they could have home court in the playoffs. Home court advantage.
First round.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. There's
Mike Conley fits in. They just have a lot of pieces. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the Cornette contest? And he shot it so slow that Luke Cornette had already landed by the time he shot the ball.
That's hilarious. He had landed.
Yeah, he shoots the ball so like I've seen him play in person, and like it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle to behold.
That's pretty hilarious because like just watching him on TV, you're like, man, this guy is moving at a snail pace.
Yeah.
But hey, don't let anyone rush you. Like,
hey, Luka does the same thing. Luka's so slow.
Just move at your own pace.
Just move at your own pace, and defenders don't even know what to do.
Yeah. Anyway, they got a good team.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch. I actually enjoy watching the T-Wolves just because I think they're so like highlight. Like I'm just waiting for a highlight.
Yeah.
Whether it's Anthony Edwards or Karl Anthony Towns, I'm just waiting.
Yeah. They're
a fun team to watch. So yeah. But that leads us to our next segment. What's our next segment?
Yeah, we're in random news. I'm sort of lost for words. I don't even know what the NBA is doing anymore.
What these promotions are?
Yeah, in Atlanta, the Hawks did an ad campaign with OnlyFans.
Only Hawks fans.
Only Hawks fans. And it's a video of I think their mascot's name's Harry the Hawk.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's this seductive ad with Harry the Hawk
under the sheets.
And there was an interesting reaction from some of the Hawks players, from Cueva, who's an Atlanta native.
Yeah. Oh man, that video is brutal. They have like some seductive music, and for those of you who aren't familiar, OnlyFans is a website where, you know, you can pay for promotion of your selling your own explicit material. And the Hawks fans, or the Hawks on their own team social media apps, posted this video calling it OnlyFans, but only Hawks fans, talking about promoting the in-season tournament. But I don't even have words to like even explain what it is.
Who let this happen?
No, like it's the mascot like rolling around in the sheets and stuff. Like there's little feathers and stuff too, bro. There's feathers. Like you can't make this up. And
wow.
The backlash is, so Quavo commented on it with some laughing emojis, but Trae Young, their two best players commented on it. Trae Young said, I had no part in this, ... And then DeJounte Murray said, man, delete that shh.
Yeah.
Expletive. So I'm here to say that they probably...
Because I think they're... for the ad, they're the cover athletes. I think that it's DeJounte and Trae Young. So I think they just wanted to make it clear that they have nothing to do with this Atlanta Hawks ad.
I've seen a lot of advertisements, and there's been some that have been just horrid. I don't know if I have ever seen anything close. I
think
this
is the worst one. I've never heard anything like
it's
this.
Real.
Yeah.
Like it looks like almost like someone would make like this parody.
It's a meme.
Yes, like someone would make this as a joke. Like, oh yeah, no, the Hawks posted this on all their social media accounts. Like they were promoting this.
I think they're under the impression that all media attention is good attention. So if that's what they're going for, I think they're killing it.
I saw that.
They're doing a good job.
I saw it the day they released it, and I literally my jaw dropped. I was like, what am I watching? This is some crazy stuff. You can't post that crap, dude.
No.
My gosh. I mean, I guess, like you said, they think that all the media is good media, but man, who are the admins on that said, that took some serious editing and had to go through the ranks, and everyone was like, yeah, that's,
Only in Atlanta.
Only in Atlanta. Yeah, that's good to post. Yeah, that's good to post.
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, moving on from that.
Yeah, let's move on. We're done with that. Let's move on to bigger, better things.
Interesting. But that brings us to our Edition Swiss draft.
Yeah.
Which I came up with for you today.
Yeah.
Based on the NBA. Actually, there's a little backstory. There's a little backstory. LeBron and Kevin Durant both had a little Twitter exchange this past week, or X exchange, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
LeBron and KD had responded saying, if only they knew that we play harder against guys we're friends with, that were, not actually rivals, implying that him and LeBron,
they're buddy.
They're buddy. And then LeBron responded by posting a picture of Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley, because they're, notable friends that were considered rivals. So it got me thinking of the top 5 rivalries of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and these may not all be true for the players, but at least in the public's eye, right? Because when you look at some of the great rivalries of all time, some of these players are friends off the court, but you could go on the court, and these guys are. Yeah, the public paints people out to be rivals even when they're not. But so I wanted to hear, who are your top 5 player rivalries of all time?
Yeah, this is a good question. So for me at 5, I'd put LeBron and Steph, just because I think they went to so many finals together. I think 4 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And they was just back and forth, like competitive series, I guess, until the end when they got KD. It was kind of ugly, but yeah, just seeing each other every single year, and it was just. I mean, I remember in those seasons at the beginning of the year, you knew that they would go to the finals. Yeah. Very different than this year, where it's like it's anyone's game. Yeah. But like back then, it was like, okay, there are 2 teams that are going to make it to the finals. Yeah. It's going to be LeBron versus Steph, and so that's always been a big rivalry. 2 of the 2 best players of our generation.
Yeah.
So yeah, at 5, LeBron and Steph. At 4, give me Shaq and Kobe.
Wow.
Despite having a three-peat together, obviously there was some
bad blood.
There was some bad blood between the two, and I mean, Kobe criticizing Shaq's work ethic, and then they just fire shots back and forth for a little bit, and so, I mean, I think it's fun to watch the rivalry between Shaq and Kobe. At 3, I'd take Jordan and Isaiah Thomas.
That's it.
That they obviously didn't like each other with the bad boy Pistons always roughing up Michael, and Michael.
That's Michael versus the Pistons.
Yeah, I mean, and Michael specifically saying on the Dream Team, if Isaiah comes, I'm not playing.
That's bold move, man.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild. At 2, I'd take Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. I think this is maybe the first great rivalry.
Yeah.
And I mean, just two athletic freaks. Like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, jump
ahead of their time. Yeah.
Ahead of their time. Both good on both sides of the ball. And so I think just a great matchup. Wilt being the amazing scorer that he was, and Bill Russell being maybe the greatest defender the NBA has ever seen. And then I think the best rivalry of all time has to be Bird Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what, the Lakers-Celtics rivalry was there already, and then Larry and Magic just solidified it. They're seeing each other in the finals, the two best players in the league until, Mike comes in. And so I think they had some amazing head-to-head matchups. Bird playing with his left hand in the series before because he was saving his right for the Celtics. Like, stuff like that I think is just crazy and makes a rivalry that much better.
Yeah, those two are both. I mean, it was in the prime time, Showtime.
Yeah.
We talked about that, but, man, those are some good rivalries. I respect it.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to add a little bonus. We haven't even talked about this.
No, let's go for it.
Script. Who in our generation nowadays has the potential to, get there to these kind of rivalries? Is anyone, are there any players you're like, okay, these guys could, be rivals?
That's a good question. That is a really good question. I don't know. I think a big one could be Luka versus Devin Booker.
Yeah.
We saw it in that Sun series.
The meme.
Yeah, they already are kind of rivals. Yeah. I think Luka saying, it's easy to talk when you're up, and then coming back and smacking the Suns in that series, winning Game 7, beating them by like 40.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the ugliest Game 7s I think I've ever seen.
It's true. It's very
true. That was tough.
That's true. I think there's an opportunity. Jimmy Butler versus anyone, because Jimmy just takes it right on the nose.
Yeah.
Giannis is the same type, where he said, I don't work out with.
Yeah.
You could create these rivalries from a lot of guys. I'm interested to see. I think there will be another LeBron and Steph rivalry.
Yeah.
Chet and Wemby?
I think it could. I mean, it's early, but they're very similar types of players. They'd probably match up against each other. Like, that's the rivalry you want to see. I think rivalries are that much better when the two players guard each other.
Oh, 100%.
Like
there's that picture of Kobe and LeBron at the All-Star game, and LeBron smacks the ground.
Yeah.
And they're joking.
And then Drake had to photobomb that.
Drake ruined the photo. But you know what I'm talking about, though. But when it's like that, people want to watch that too.
Yeah.
So I think there's the opportunity for a lot of great rivalries to come.
Yeah.
Wembanyama and Chet, that's the one that I would keep an eye on, because like you said, when they guard each other, they've already tried to hype it up too. Because they're the two Rookie of the Year frontrunners so far. That they've already tried to hype it up as kind of a little rivalry. So we'll see if it gains any traction. I hope so, because Trae Young versus the Knicks.
The Knicks.
So there's a lot of good little rivalries.
Spike Lee's always poking the bear. Even back until Reggie.
Spike's.
He might be the downfall of the Knicks.
No, he might be. Maybe he's the reason they.
Did you see him wearing the puffer jacket? That was like an NBA jersey.
No.
That was actually pretty tough. That was pretty tough. Maybe the best fan in the NBA.
It was a puffer jacket?
It was like a puffer jacket, and then he had like, it was like, I don't know, it was like cloud. It was like some like custom thing that he got made. But it was sick. I
swear
fan,
everything everything he wears is like some custom Knicks NBA stuff. I give him props though. Like, dude,
he's iconic.
He's there.
He is
every
iconic.
Big game.
Yeah.
Guys at the game. I don't know if I could do that. But
most iconic fan.
Are you
gonna
wear those to the Jazz games now?
Yeah.
With your season tickets, you got a puffer jacket.
I got one ordered. You know. No, I wish. I wish. I'm not that cool. One day I'll be like Spike.
Maybe so. Maybe we'll. Hopefully we'll make it there. You know, be able to get front row and just
courtside. That's us just
our dream.
Kicking it. I know I don't think that there's not many things much better than that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Being close or courtside, the closest I think I've sat in a game is like third row.
Yeah.
After you're that close, just nothing ever feels the same.
Yeah, it's honestly, it can be a curse. You know, you
is.
sit that close and it's like, and then you go back all the way to the top, and you're like, oh no, it's not the same.
I'm going to 2 Jazz games coming up here in a little bit, and I'm gonna be in the upper bowl, man. I'm gonna be like, what in the world happened?
And bring my binoculars.
Oh yeah, I'll get my binoculars so I can see Amadeus down in his seat down there. But I'll be up in the nosebleeds, just watching it on the jumbotron, so it'll be good. But
yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of our episode today. We have some interesting things to look forward to.
Yeah, we got an embroidery machine. We're cooking. We're in the kitchen cooking up some apparel.
We are finally
we were done trying to source.
So
everyone's trying to upcharge us.
We were trying to source some apparel, but man, we got upcharged. People trying to swindle us, man.
Yeah. So we said no more. We're done. So we're gonna do it ourselves.
So yeah, be on the lookout. The apparel, we're cooking it up in the lab. Alma's over here.
Yeah, I'm
trying to figure out how to
become an embroidery master. I don't know. No,
he's gonna be over here like my grandma with the sewing machine.
Yeah, watch out.
But
watch out.
Yeah, we got some apparel coming. We got Thanksgiving coming up too.
Yeah,
we may have to have a special episode that week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Holiday season.
We'll see what we do.
Yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. As always, this is the Digital Twist Draft. Do you have anything else left to say? What do we got?
Hey, we'll come out with some more content. We promised it before. It's been busy.
It has been busy, but it's slowing down.
It is slowing down.
We both work winter, full time, bro, but it's slowing. Yeah. This is the thing. We live this stuff, right? we at work, at least, I don't know what it is for you. I was not going to speak for you, but I am now.
No, speak for me.
At work, I'm sitting there all day, and it's like sports running through my mind. And I know it is with you, too. This guy's working on secret stuff I can't even talk about on air. But let me tell you right now, this guy's big time. And all of a sudden, I know in his mind, too, while he's doing some stuff we're not allowed to talk about, there's some big time stuff, for the U.S. government, that in his mind is just NBA, basketball. So I can tell you guys, we got the content coming. We've been cooking up ideas. It's all we think about in our off time.
It is.
And yeah. So we're excited. We got some big things coming. More content. Maybe we're thinking of holding the basketball tournament.
Yeah, we thought about maybe a little 3-on-3 tournament.
We just got to get people to comment, like, subscribe if you'd be down. Give us some ideas.
Yeah.
We'll keep the content coming out on TikTok, Instagram. We're now live. Oh, that's the other news. We're now live on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, it took us a while.
It took us a long time. That was my fault. I tried. It kept having a glitch in the system, so we got it worked out. We're good to go.
We're good to go. So, I mean, if that's your thing, Apple Pod, if you're not a Spotify person, now there's no excuse.
There's no excuse to not listen to us. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Well, I guess we should stop rambling on, But we're the Dish and Switch Podcast. I'm Trevor Trost, here with Amadeus Peterson, and have a good week.